We're here.
We're live. Back with another episode.
We're back.
Episode 5.
This is episode 5.
Yeah, a little monumental moment for us, I would say.
Dang.
If you guys have noticed, things are a little different.
We had a budget cut. We kept the sign, though.
We have been stealing the chairs that we've been sitting in for the last...
I know. Shameful.
Every single episode.
Really, we could do it again today. I just got lazy and didn't want to go.
Yeah, we didn't get banned for doing it. Nate just didn't want to walk down the hall. That's
we have our counter chairs.
Maybe 100, well, not even 100 yards.
See, the counter chairs are tough. Quit
So we got the high bar stool.
It's great.
Chairs. My butt's not as comfy.
Yeah. Let's make it a quick episode. Just kidding.
Alrighty, guys, we're gonna start off pretty quick. We're gonna maybe a little bit more serious of an episode today.
All right.
It's not like serious. It's just we're just kind of we're trying everything out. We're hitting every little category, every little alley. Wait, turn alley.
Keep going.
Never mind.
Doing great.
I don't really know where I was going with that, but yeah. Any update from the Nate War from your week and a half since we last recorded?
Well, I participated in the scam of Valentine's Day. Did you participate?
Nope. Hell no.
Did you ruin other people's Valentine's Day? Like you said you were going to?
No, I didn't. I was a good boy.
Oh, okay. So I heard there's a special lady in your life that could potentially be in your life.
Whoa. Whoa.
If you remember back to the first episode, JVL probably every other week says, I found the one. I'm going to marry this woman. And he's got another one.
It's a flaw of mine. It really is.
It's a flaw of mindset.
The amount of times I'm like, hey.
Potential.
Like I could have not even gone out on a date with said person, and if we're vibing, we're vibing. No, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. But
we'll see.
Maybe we'll. Hey, next episode we're gonna include a segment.
It's our segment. JVL
it's gonna
love.
Be JVL love segment where we talk about all the failed dates and embarrassing things I've been on. Which reminds me, one thing I did want to talk about today.
Let's hear it.
And I mentioned this to you before, but you acted like you never did anything along the lines.
I just
embarrassing things that we did.
I think your line is just far beyond mine. That's the thing.
Just like embarrassing things we did as kids to.
So the real thing,
get girls to like us.
I'm really intrigued on what you're about to say because you're very passionate about this.
I just think it'd be a funny.
Right. I think it'd be funny too.
Why are you hating so much?
No, I just really want to hear what you have to say about this one.
I mean,
you brought it up and I thought it casually. It was like, yeah,
I'll be 100% honest.
You're like, no, dude, I got some
I don't have anything crazy.
You do. And then you don't.
No, but
you just barely told me. Like, man, I bullied the heck out of you girls back in the day.
Guys, I was the epitome of the dude that bullied the girl that he was into. Oh, 100%, dude. Like 6th grade.
Sixth grade, you just walk up to the girl that you like. You're like, dang, you're fat, but you're kind of cute though.
No, I just...
Is that what you did?
No.
All right.
I just I don't know, I'll admit. Geez, I got to stop saying like.
Yeah, Addie brought it up that we do that a lot. Can't unhear it now. It's just...
We're not going to say it the rest of the episode. Every single time you say it, one ball tap.
That's wild.
All right. Okay, that's the stake. So we're holding each other to it. We can cancel out, obviously. But anyways,
that's crazy.
When I was in elementary school, I was a bully. Like, I'll admit, I was mean. I was mean to people for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
I was. It wasn't like the bullying like the movies where I was like shoving people in lockers, but I'd poke fun at people. I wasn't a great kid. I'll admit that.
Mm-hmm.
And that carried over to girls. So if I was into a girl,
mm-hmm.
I'm poking fun at them.
Yeah.
I'm bullying the hell out of you. Hopefully you get the message that I like you.
I just bully him in tears going back to their mother. And you're just like, wait, I was flirting with you the whole time.
No, my mom, and if she's listening to this, and she probably is, my mom got so many calls about me in elementary school. So many calls about me, like from other parents. And my mom was like, what do you want me to do? He's at school. Like, there's nothing I can do.
He's at school. Bowling all these kids. The teacher's got to do something at some point.
Well, it wasn't like, she never got calls, I guess I would say, about bullying. But like, I mean, there was this one kid one time who just like annoyed me.
Just the count.
I'm at 6? No way! I'm at 6 already! Holy crap!
First two, I was like... the whole time.
All right, well, restart, okay? Anyways, there was this kid who just annoyed me. I was always annoyed with him. I don't know why. He just pissed me off.
Okay.
I probably was just making something up in my head. Let's be real.
Okay.
I don't know what I did. I think there was something at recess or something. I can't remember. But my mom gets a phone call from his dad. Like wanting us to sit down.
About bowling.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Like, and my mom's like, I think it was after class or school or something, like I did something to him. And he calls up my mom. My mom goes, like, what do you want me to do? Like, he's at school. Like, I can't, he's going to be an idiot.
I was 3 in that sentence.
If he's going to be an idiot, then he's going to be an idiot.
I won't count.
But, yeah, no, he...
No, I have something similar to that. I had, dude, back in the day, kickball used to get ruthless.
Oh, we were rowdy out there.
Yeah, and I remember there was a kid that was on my team, just terrible, just cheeks at the game. Just awful at kickball. And Nate was pissed. Nate was like, dude, what are you doing? We got the draft coming up. Back in the day, I was so competitive. Even the little things, like just 1v1s, 2v2s at recess, handball, all the stuff. So competitive. Yeah. Kid was terrible. And he was just losing the game for us. And I just called him out on it. I was like, dude, you suck. You are so... And I was like, you're a liability to the team. And he just ran off in tears.
Nate's got his recess squad. They're ready to face the other schools.
Dude, back in the day, I was in the principal's office probably like every other day.
Did you ever get suspended?
No. Never got
really?
Suspended. Yeah.
I was
Oddly enough, I probably should.
I got suspended from every single school I went to. Elementary, middle school, and both high schools.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, no, I was...
It's impressive. That's a crazy feat right there, actually.
Well, so... I don't know.
You said 2 high schools. Did you get suspended or expelled from that first high school and then go to the second one?
No, but I got suspended for getting in a fight.
All right, valid.
I got suspended in middle school for getting in a fight.
Oh, so you were just a fighter.
Yeah.
You were just Rocky Balboa on the playground.
I don't know about Rocky Balboa. I don't think I was very coordinated while I was fighting.
Mike Tyson.
Like, I'm athletic. I can hold my own.
Old Mike Tyson.
But no one's watching is like, oh, that kid's next up in boxing.
Kid's next up. He's just swinging and missing all these...
No, literally.
Principal.
Middle school, I got, some kid, like, this is so dumb. This girl that I was, like, super close friends with at the time.
You're bullying her, obviously.
No, because I didn't like her.
Oh, okay. So you're nice to this one.
Yeah, no, I was nice. Guys, if I'm nice to you, it means I don't like you. I'm just kidding. I've learned my ways since. Right. No, this kid, like, smacked her butt or something.
Okay.
And I got mad. So then I like shoved him and I was like, what are you doing or whatever? And then he like put his hands on my neck and I'm just like laughing. Mm-hmm. Like I picture myself like the Joker in that moment, just laughing at him while he's choking me out.
Biggest smile on your face.
But then I swung on him and then I hit him and then it got broken up. And then I was told by the school like resource officer, he was like, oh yeah, you'll be good. Like, you defended yourself. Like you won't get suspended.
Self-defense. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Nice.
Assistant principal comes in. Yeah, you're gone. I'm like, oh, wait, hold on.
What'd your dad say though? Because those are my favorite stories,
dude. Like my dad is like,
was he mad at you? That's what I want to know.
Like he never like was like a big fan of me fighting or anything like that. But I think like he never was like, oh, you're such a dumb, like, why are you doing that? Like, I think it was more all right, like, if you need to fight, but like, don't.
Be better.
Yeah.
I think
Like, stop putting yourself in situations that you need to fight.
no, 100% as a father, if my kid fights back on self-defense or fights back for somebody else, 100% I'm dapping that kid up when he takes
we're
that
going,
suspension. I was like, let's go.
We're walking
going to
out
Hawaii,
of the school.
baby. Let's get
Walking
it.
out of school, we're going to get a treat.
Oh, 100%.
We're going shopping.
100%.
You want shoes?
The kid's having
Looks
the
like
best
yours
day.
got scuffed up in that fight.
Kid's having the best day of his life.
I'm making sure he's having fun.
100%.
No, yeah.
You should know that it's okay to defend yourself and defend others. Like, that's
100%.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then high school was, I had what's it called, like school recess or whatever, where they like, it's like your own period to do whatever you want.
Recess in high school?
School.
Oh, free period.
Free period. Yeah, I don't know. But I had one of those the last period, and I was like a thing with this girl, and I was like, I'm gonna go. This is all, I say high school, but like.
Are we bowling in this segment too?
No,
Okay,
I was out of the flirting stage, but I was in the stage of heavily obsessive stage. You know what I'm saying? Everyone goes through that stage.
Yeah, okay.
Did you go through that stage ever? No?
Heavily set? Yeah, I'm probably. I would say, I'm a little concerned with what your definition of that.
No.
means,
Obsessed, I just mean like.
Like, were you like pulling up to her house? Like.
No. But it was like I always wanted to be with her.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of thing.
Where you're, what's that called?
Like codependent.
Yeah,
like codependent.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go wait for her outside her class because we'd always like hang out after school.
Okay, yeah.
So I go and I'm waiting, and like I don't even
dude's
know how it
with your
happened.
girl.
No, some dude was like go away, and I'm like, no. I'm like, what? Like, what?
It was the kid.
What? Like,
What was his name? Name drop.
oh, I don't even remember.
Just kidding.
I don't even remember. No, the funny thing was that me and this kid, because we both got suspended for I think 2 days, and then we had a week of ISS in school suspension.
Oh yeah.
And we like became buddies.
Really? You guys are friends? That's good.
Yeah. And he was just pressing me, so then I started fighting him.
Thank you.
But
Go off.
fighting days are in the past. I don't remember the last time I got in a fight. High school, I think. Yeah, high school. When was the last time I got in a fight? No, I fought my brother.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say
St. George.
on that golf course. That's crazy.
Guys, let me tell you about the funniest story. No, dude. Maybe for another time.
You'll talk about that.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it because golf will come up on the podcast and we'll talk about it.
Absolutely. Should be the main point of our podcast. Just talk about golf game.
Mine needs work.
You know, it's all right. We'll get back out there.
We'll get back out there. Springtime's coming. Golfing is going to be nonstop twice a week.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Minimum. But yeah, no, I cannot believe you don't have like any embarrassing stories. I remember one time in elementary school, I like wrote a letter to a girl, like professing my love.
A little love letter. It's great.
Oh, like in depth. I think I drew a picture on it too. I can't remember. It was a blue paper.
What kind of picture are we talking?
Okay.
Hey,
You said you drew a picture. Elementary school. Elementary school. We didn't lose our innocence until middle school.
I wouldn't say anything about that. I just said you drew a picture. What's the picture?
No,
what
I
were you
think
drawing?
I don't even remember what I drew, but I remember I drew a picture and it was on a blue paper. It was a scrap paper that I had gone and I wrote big old letters.
Were you guys like holding hands?
And I put it in her backpack.
Nice.
No, I don't even think we do that.
Nice.
I was scared. I was super scared. It's a scary moment. I was, all I cared about was sliding down a slide and swinging on a swing.
Oh, dude, I got one. I actually do have one.
All right.
That's pretty funny, actually. But I think this is like third grade or something. We have back of your seat. You would have little. There's a little pouch there. Okay,
Oh,
you
okay.
put some of your stuff in.
Okay.
Back of the seat. Okay.
Yeah.
So there was this girl that I had. I like wrote a note like saying like, oh, like I like you. Like we should hang out at recess. Like just embarrassing, terrible. Third
Hang
grade.
out at recess. Yeah. Check yes.
Check like one of those notes. Yeah. Check yes. Check this one for absolutely. Like one of those notes. So after class ended, I went and put it in the back of her chair. Right.
Didn't give it to her. That's too much pressure.
No, way too much pressure.
We would never do that. Nowadays,
crazy.
Still not doing that.
Yeah. Come on now. Put it in the back of the chair.
Yeah.
Come back from recess. Realize wrong chair.
It was the ugly girl, wasn't it? It was a dude.
It was just a girl I didn't necessarily like. And So she gets out, and I'm like, dang it, dude! Are you kidding me? No, I gotta figure out because now she's like friends with the girl that I actually like, so she shows her friend. I'm like, bro, you're kidding me.
Man, you really killed two birds with one stone there.
I was like,
well, quite literally killed two birds.
Coming back from that one. No, come back from that one.
So did you hang out with her at recess?
No, I avoided her. I didn't even like confront the scenario or anything. I just avoided her for like the rest of the year and just didn't really like talk to her. And then I just went away.
Was your name on the note?
Yeah. So she'd like try to talk to me and I'd be like, I'm too scared. No, I'm out.
There's too much pressure.
So yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. That was fun.
Okay, that's funny.
Yeah.
I will say my first kiss story is pretty embarrassing.
Okay.
Just because of my reaction. I was so freaked out. 7th grade, okay? 7th grader.
Starting off young.
Chick. Starting off young. I was hanging out with a chick that I liked. And I was like, we were at her house. Okay? Just hanging out.
This is just when you're figuring out not to bully the girls. Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, this is right around then, and it was working. So I was like, oh, okay, so obviously,
perfect.
We don't be mean anymore.
Got it dialed in.
I'm 12, okay? I'm 12 years old. Like, still, obviously, parents are picking us up, dropping us off, things like that, okay? My curfew.
For 3 more years, pretty much.
Yeah, my curfew is 11:30. So, dad texts me, hey, I'm here. Okay? Giving her a hug goodbye. She goes in, lays one on me. I'm like, bang. Oh my gosh, what just happened?
Did you say that?
No, but I was like, I just like ran upstairs and I left and then I get on my phone. I wish I still had the text. I wonder if I could find them. No, because I turned on that thing that deletes your text after if you don't text someone for a year.
Storage is coming too much.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Because I had text from like 6 years ago, just still there.
Yeah.
It's always fun to go look back at.
This is fun.
Anyways, but I like texted her this long like, I don't know why you did that. Like I wasn't ready for that. Like I didn't want it.
You text her all that?
Literally, I was
awesome.
acting like I just had been assaulted. Like, no, it was a simple kiss. Peck. Nothing else.
Just I'm pressing charges.
I don't think I ever kissed her again. I think I like broke up with her.
Dang.
Because I was so freaked out.
It's too much for you.
And then, a couple months later, You
just barely got out of that bullying phase. You didn't know how to react.
No, I didn't. Dude, it was getting too serious.
I don't know.
Do we fight right now? Am I connecting here?
Is this self-defense?
You just connected to me. I'm connecting back.
Could be self-defense. I don't know.
Hopefully she gets the message that I like her still at the end of that. No, but it was like, awesome. Dude, I remember my dad had a black truck at the time. And I get in and I'm just like sitting there and I'm like, He's like, what happened? Have a good night. And I was like, yep. I don't think I talked to them about it because I thought I was going to get in so much trouble for kissing a girl. That's the other thing too. I was like, oh yeah. I thought I was going to get in trouble. Right. So I didn't want anyone to know about it.
That's funny.
And then, and then I got like a little middle school. Like, you don't have any stories that are like, what was I thinking?
Just can't think of them right now. We'll have to come back to the segment where I think about it more.
Okay. Because like I like started not dating a girl, but like started liking this other girl a couple months later and we like became a thing.
Yeah.
We're pretty exclusive.
Nice.
Yeah. One time we kissed in the halls.
Whoa.
After school.
PDA
was off the charts. There was no one in the hall at all.
Gross.
Disgusting. But she, like one time I like went over to her house like super late at night. Not late, like it's like 9 p.m.
Super late. It was like
super
9.
Late. Parents dropped me off.
Bedtime was
me
30
and her
minutes
just
ago.
Hanging out. Wasn't allowed to hang out with a girl one-on-one. I thought I was a savage because I told my parents I was hanging out with a group.
Whoa.
Little did they know.
You're an animal.
I was.
Who are you?
Kissed her.
Whoa.
That night. Kissed her at school the next day.
Wow. Did you initiate this one?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then like a couple days later, broke up with her.
Said, nah, too much.
By sending her this
Gross.
song. This song. If you can name, I'm going to play this song. If you can name it without, I literally sent this to her when I like broke up with her. I just sent the song.
That was your breakup? Just the song? The song title? I'm assuming it has.
No. The whole song. This song. You don't know this song?
Nah, she probably pulled this up. She's like, hey.
Oh, it's
by the way,
a good night tonight.
Oh. I have no clue. What is it?
Bryson Tiller, sorry, not sorry.
All right, let's stop. Sorry, not sorry. After you just broke up with her, crazy.
Because I think she like texted me and was like,
It's
what's
not
going
me,
on?
it's
And it
you.
was like, and I just was like, I thought I was the biggest savage. So sorry, not sorry, sent. Yeah, no, dude, I was finding myself.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
And I found myself.
There you go.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll let you know if I
Found yourself.
We'll let you know 5 years from now if I'm still the same person. But yeah, no. You don't have
Sorry,
anything.
not sorry.
Nothing like, you never had no middle school fling, no high school fling.
Dude.
Were you gay?
Well, I'm married to a woman, so.
But were you?
No. No, I had a high school girlfriend and everything. It was great.
You had a high school girlfriend?
Yeah. But
how long?
It was like 6 months. Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why'd
Then
you
we
guys break up?
Then we just played ball for the rest of my high school career after that.
Were you low-key a player in high school?
No, I only had that one girlfriend, and then I just focused on hoop.
Didn't get around with any other girl?
Not really. What was that?
Really? That's me. Sorry. Do not disturb.
Cool. Do you know my favorite, and you actually know this too. So obviously, lovely wife Addie.
Mm-hmm.
Before I'd met Addie, I was like, I was still trying to figure out how dating games work, because you know how like in Utah they play games.
No,
and
in college in
Hate
Utah, it's straight games the whole time. Yeah, it's terrible.
It was the worst. And so right before I met Addie, I was like, next girl I meet, there will be no emotion towards like the first beginning part of it, where I'm just like, I'll be like, we're just having fun. I'm not going to commit to anything. There's no commitment level, because, you know, if it goes south, I don't care.
Nate's meeting the family. Fun. So what do you want? What are your intentions with my daughter?
Just having fun. No, but Addie, like obviously like progressed relatively quickly, where we were exclusive within like a month or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But the first month, she would hint at like, what are we doing here? And I'd be like, I don't know.
Wait, should we?
I don't know.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, and she would like, if she comes in and talks about it, she'll say that she was the one that initiated everything, because I was committed to not committing. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just having fun. So, I ain't committed nothing. And then finally, we pulled over somewhere, and she was telling, because obviously Addie was like,
Addie's a straightforward person.
Yeah, she's very straightforward. And so she was telling me like, you know, like what are we doing here or anything like that? And I was like, you tell me. I don't know what we're doing.
You tell me.
She's like, all right, it's valid. And then obviously, you know, the historic night where I was in shambles.
Should we talk about that?
Basically, she was.
Nate started realizing he liked Addie.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's set the scene.
Absolutely.
Let's go back.
Yeah.
That night, or like a day before, or a couple days before.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, I was. I really liked Addie, and when she was talking about like being exclusive stuff like that, I was like, personally not going on any other dates. Leave it up to you what you want to do with that information. She's like, all right, I got asked on this one date this is only us after like 2 weeks of us, you know, starting to talk, right?
Like it was known that you guys liked each other at
this
point.
It's only been like 2 weeks though. So she got asked on this date like a week ago before that or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, all right, like her plan was like, I'm going to go on this date, you know, and that'll help me decide whether I just am done dating and I just stick with you, or if we just keep seeing other people or whatever. Yeah. I was like, sounds good to me. And the inside I'm like, no, are you kidding me? Like I was pissed. I
get a text that
I was
night.
like, JVL, I'm in shambles right now. She's going on this date with this dude. I'm pissed.
No, I want to try to find those texts. Nate was like, we're going to the casino.
Well, no, I just came over, and then you were like, you can't just sit here. You can't just be like, you're doing nothing. We got to go do something.
Oh, yeah. That? No, yeah. You came over and you were, yeah. And I was like, why don't we just go, like, let's get your mind off it. Let's go do something fun.
Worst possible thing that we could have gone was take a 2-hour drive to just in the car. All I'm thinking about is that.
All this dude is thinking about
her going on that date. And I'm like, just in shambles.
No, literally. Like, all this boy is thinking about is, what time of year was that last year? That was like fall of, not this last year, but
November 5th. For sure. I know
no
the
way.
date.
No way.
Because I know we started being exclusive on like November 6th or something like that.
November 5th,
the day
2023?
Yeah.
I want to see if I can find these texts with you.
Anyways, while he's pulling it up, after her date, she texted JVL and I was like, I like that she thought about me during the date or something like that.
I'm texting her during this. You're looking, I had her, because me and Addie were like friends before. Yeah. So I had her location and you're just like, check her location. I was like, check it. Where's she at, bro? Dude, you can't.
She's still on this date, dude. How long is this date going?
And who was it? It was me, you, and who's the third guy that came with us to the casino? Ryan. Yeah. And then these two girls that I knew came.
And do you like them? And I was like, not even thinking about it.
One of them was like, really, it was like, oh, is he single? And I was like,
I'm just sitting there. I don't really know. In the front seat. Like, oh, dude.
I was like, I'll let you know at the end of tonight.
That was going to be the deal breaker right there.
And it's like, yeah. No. This is, you said, so, you were asking me, like, you said, yo, talk to Addie today to see how our conversation went and who she's going out with.
I was like, let me see who this man is. See if I compete or not.
And you were like, and you said, good, bad, or both. And I said, both. And you said, damn, okay, call me.
Dang.
And then she sent like a really good response about it, about basically caring for you and being like, yeah, no, like he doesn't need to worry. Like, it's just like, we're just going out, nothing serious, whatever. And then this is while we're driving, because you didn't want to put it on blast in front of everyone in the car. Let me see. You like text me, you go, look where Addie is. I will kill myself. You said, I will KMS. And I was like,
that's so funny. I remember that.
November 3rd. Funny. You're close.
Oh,
November
that's
3rd.
November 3rd. So I guess I was off. But that's so funny, actually.
That's so funny.
Next day she was like, she basically told me, she's like, yeah, I'm not going on dates with anybody else. And I was like, all right, that's chill.
Yeah. And like I called her while we were in the car.
I was so hyped.
Yeah. Like I had called her and she was like, yeah, it was good. It was fun. But like, yeah, nothing. And then I get off the phone and I'm like, and you're like, what? Like, what did she say? You don't remember this? And you're like, what?
Oh, absolutely. I was like, invested in this.
It's like, you're like, what? I was like, I don't know, man. I was like, nah, you're good. Like, you're in the clear.
I was like,
we hadn't even made it to the casino yet at this point.
I was so hyped.
We're literally on the way to the casino.
And then I lost like $50. I was like, it sucks.
Yeah, no, I think we both went down that day.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah. Nate was in shambles on the way there and then was in shambles on the way back.
Dude, I look so different. That was the morning of where I'm just like, pissed.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But yeah, no.
Those are fun. Good old. I'm happy I'm married, to be honest. Married the one I don't want to spend the rest of my life with.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Like in hindsight, to think back, like just watching you guys meet each other and like.
It's crazy, actually. Yeah.
Little did we know.
Yeah.
You guys were gonna be endgame.
It's facts. It's crazy.
So maybe one day.
You'll get there. Absolutely.
2055. Remember?
2055. We're good. Mark the date.
That's like 30 years.
Yeah, we're good.
I got time, dude.
Plenty.
I got plenty of time. Anyways, but just kind of diving into kind of like the last thing that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about a little bit of like career paths and like how we both kind of came to deciding to do what we're doing, and as well as like, you know, did it turn out the way that we thought it was, whatever. But yeah, you start. What did you want to be as a kid? Where did you go? How did you get there? And where are you at now?
Yeah, so to preface, if we're talking as a kid, I was NBA All-Star. It's happening.
Yeah.
Realized pretty quickly it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
Preface, father's a dentist.
Okay.
Always saw his lifestyle, everything.
Yeah.
Loved it. Said, that's what I want to do. Yeah. I want that lifestyle. He's at all my basketball games. I want to be at all my kids' basketball games, all that.
100%.
So I was like, that's what I want to do. I want that lifestyle.
Yeah.
So, got like 2 years into it. I actually have my associates in biology. So I got full 2 years in there.
Homie was
I was
locked and loaded.
Then I met Addie. We like got engaged and stuff like that, and we started talking about like career paths and stuff like that. And I was like, honestly, I don't even know if I want to be a dentist. I just want to be a business owner.
Yeah.
She's like, you do know that dentists are like full-time work, basically 40 hours a week, and you're being a dentist. It's not just, owning a business.
Yeah.
I was like,
wasn't what you thought it was.
It's true. Yeah, definitely not what I thought it was. So like, I mean, it's pretty obvious like what it is. But I mostly only saw the back end of like how happy my dad was and family lifestyle, and I loved that. But like actually doing the work, where he's at, dentistry, all that stuff, just like I shadowed a dentist for like, I worked for a dentist for like a year, and like realized I didn't really like it. Just didn't want that to be like my full-time thing to do. So I realized I wanted to like own a business, but not necessarily do the dentistry side of things. Like I liked sales. I liked just working with finances and everything. So I switched my degree over like 6 months ago to finance.
Yeah.
So I'll get my degree in finance next spring.
Okay.
So spring 2026, get my degree in finance. Basically the goal is to build up enough capital to do two things. And I want to split off in both ways. Is one, have like a real estate property investment group. Yeah. Do that. Side aspect, take money, put capital in towards building and scaling businesses. Yeah. Scale them up, sell them if I don't like them, scale it up, keep it if I do, kind of like that. Those two aspects. I'll probably start out more like in a financial investment banking, stuff like that, assets under management, to like get the hang of all that stuff. Yeah. But you know, after a couple of years, break out to real estate portfolio and business, flipping businesses, stuff like that.
There you go.
That's the plan.
Basically get money that can make you money.
Exactly.
There you go.
Keep it in circulation.
Okay, sick. So for me, I would say my whole, I don't know where I got my liking. I always wanted to go medical field. I was always like very set on being a surgeon, which doesn't really line up because no one in my family, like even extended family, like doctor or anything.
Okay. So you just were feeling it.
Yeah.
You just wanted the bread.
Yeah, pretty much. Even my brother like was super into it. He's a nurse now. So he was also super into it, and he's becoming a nurse practitioner. But I don't know. I always wanted to do medical. I was always set on it. Like since I was 8 years old, I was that guy watching, not that guy. I think I might have been one and only. Okay. That was watching surgery video. Like on the way to baseball trips on the bus. We're on like the travel team bus, and I'm just like watching.
Steady hand. Number one.
No, literally. Like I literally was like watching surgeries. Like I thought it was so fascinating. But then like, and I think like I would say a majority of the reason I wanted to be a doctor was the fact of like helping people. Like I've always said I wanted to be a police officer or a doctor. Okay. Unfortunately, police officers nowadays, one, it's just not what it was. It used to be. At least like when I talk to cops, I would say a lot of them are really only in it for the pension.
Not a whole lot of donuts like we thought. It's mostly
the
like
donuts are just
shot.
You're telling me I gotta like get shot at and I don't get donuts?
You're telling me I actually have to go to danger? Thought I was sitting back in the cop car just eating donuts all day. What you talking about?
No, but like I always wanted, because the reason why I wanted to be a doctor or a cop was I feel like in the times in your life when you run into a cop or you run into a doctor, you remember every single one of those interactions, right? Like if I'm going to the doctor for something, I usually am going to remember that at some, like throughout my life. Well, it's pretty like significant, I would say, right? Yeah. Like, you know, I spent a week in primary children's, and like I still remember my nurses. My nurse's name was Aubrey. She was so sweet. Like, oh yeah, like pretty literally like
actually. I don't remember like hardly any of my doctor's names. Yeah, personally. But
I mean, have you had anything that's like significant, like a surgery or like a?
I mean,
or are these just like typical physical checkups?
Like stuff that's more traumatic, I'll agree. Yeah. Because I know exactly, like, in basketball, like, I took, like, an elbow to the face and, like, knocked my front tooth out. And I had to go get, like, a root canal. I know it was Dr. Facer. That's the one who did it. Like, stuff like that where my dad... That's actually a funny story. My dad ran on the court, picked up my tooth, shoved it back in my mouth. And he's like, hold it here. And I was sitting there like this. Whole drive home. I was in Idaho. 4 hours. I was like this. Holding my tooth in there. Pulled up Dr. Facer, root canal... Good as new. I was like,
got the tooth
that's
back.
Crazy.
Got the tooth back.
Yeah, didn't lose it. I was chilling.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I think, I don't know. I feel like when you're in a situation like that, where it's like you're seeing a doctor because of something that's going on, not because, you know, I got to get my yearly checkup or I got to get a vaccine. That. Yeah. Same thing with cops, right? Whether it's like you're getting pulled over or you get in a car wreck or like something like that happens. Like you remember those interactions. I don't remember my interaction of running into the officer at a store. right? Like,
Well,
so I always kind of said, I was like, throughout with that, like, I want to be there with people at some of like the biggest moments in their lives. And
cool.
like, if I can have a positive influence on that, great. Right.
Cool.
Because any interaction with a cop that's like a pullover accident or something isn't usually a good one. Like, it's
right.
You're not usually in a good mood.
Right.
Right. But so like, that was always why I wanted to do it. Unfortunately, cops really just don't get paid nowadays.
What about when you have to deliver bad news as a doctor?
That was something.
Did that ever like make you like not want to do it?
It never like made me hesitate, but that was always something that I was like, man, like, people aren't kidding when they say like, you just have to
be brutal.
Your emotions, you become emotionless. Is
like,
what a lot of people
say.
say.
Super traumatic. The family's in the waiting room, and you have to go break the news.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, that'd be so bad.
No, yeah.
But like, that's why like trauma doctors or nurses, like, they'll talk about how it affects your emotions big time. It makes you like kind of like an emotionless person when it comes to those kind of things.
Makes sense.
So you have to be. So it's like, and then I mean, I did the same thing as you. I did probably like 2.5 years. I'd finished my generals. I was like getting on the path of the degree.
Yeah.
Got accepted in the program, everything.
Nice.
For healthcare administration. And then I'm doing all these shadows, and I'm shadowing doctors.
Mm-hmm.
Just some of these doctors that I'm shadowing or talking to is just
your
like,
shadow hours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff. And, you know, all of them at the end of it, I always was like, hey, is there any way I can talk to you for like a lot of the shadows, like, they would set up a time to talk about what you did that day, and you could really go in like depth on everything.
Yeah.
But some of them, it was like, you literally were there, and then like when they're done with surgery, like, okay, thanks for coming, like, see ya. Wait, dude, I have a report to do on like my day to day.
Hold on 1 moment. 12-page report.
And so I always asked them like, hey, can we talk for like 30 minutes? Give me some advice on, you know, career, things like that.
Cool.
I would say 90% of doctors that I was shadowing, and I probably shadowed like 10 to 15 doctors, different ones. And I would say, because I was always like, some people were like, oh, like, a lot of people are like, stick to the one and, you know, get all your hours in. But I was like, I want to see every single field. Like, I want to see everything.
No, it's smart.
So I was always wanting to check everything out. And then, but I would say 90% of doctors were telling me don't do it. They're like, it's not worth it anymore. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, well, tuition's going up. They're like, yeah, civil liability is a huge issue nowadays. And pay's going down.
Yeah.
And
the insurance companies
it's more business now.
Shaft it too.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's more business than it is actually helping people, which I always wanted to be a doctor for the bedside manner, not for the money.
My dad has said that, where like it used to be a lot different than now it is.
Yeah.
Like for dentistries like DSOs, where the like, people just hired dentists to run these, and they own like hundreds of practices. Like they just kind of ruin it because you know, then they drop their prices so low that you can't do quality anymore. Mm-mm. Like you just have to do quantity because you have to rip out a bunch to even break even at that point. It's like, it's hard. So.
Yeah. One of the doctors that because I worked at a hospital and I would do rounds and stuff like that. I was a phlebotomist tech, and I would just do rounds on blood draws or whatnot. And then I started becoming an MA because they would do like on-job training for MA and stuff. And this doctor was a family physician, and he was awesome. Like, he was like one of those guys that you thought he would be a dick when you first met him. But he's actually like super dope guy. Always
tends to happen that way.
It really does.
You're like, oh, this dude sucks.
Yeah, literally.
He's kind of cool.
Yeah, like, okay, like I'll give him a second shot.
A little bit of pass.
Yeah, but he even talked to me about it. He while I was there, went from being able to see patients every 30 minutes to having to see patients every 20 minutes. They cracked down on him. They're like, you need to be seeing patients every 20 minutes. So, dude, there was times that I was there like 3 hours after my shift.
Okay.
Like, we're there, like the hospital, the family physician office, like closed at like 5, and we would still have patients going through till like 7:30, 8. And like, it got to a point where we started telling people, hey, he's behind. And it's just because like when you're 20 minutes, because it was like, I'd sit these patients, I'd get all their vitals, everything. What are you in here for? Blah, blah, blah. Go to him. Hey, this is what they want. Blah, blah, blah. And he'd go in. Sometimes it was like, hey, you know, my MA told me what's going on. Here's, like, is it
5
this?
minutes, bang.
Here's a prescription. See you in 3 months for a checkup. Like,
completely not what they needed.
Exactly. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to go to the doctor's office and talk to my doctor for an hour.
Right.
But like, I am trying to not feel like just a number that's passed off.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
I don't know. That was like the original intent. And then started doing door-to-door sales. That was my original intent with door-to-door, was pay for med school out of pocket.
There you go. Yeah.
And then fell in love with just like the sales aspect, the negotiation, the people interaction. And then
It's a good environment, honestly.
it's just fun.
Yeah.
Makes work fun.
Yeah.
So, you know, how that good old saying goes, you know, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
There you go.
So, and I mean, we've started it recently, and I think it's been going really well for, you know, what it is. Like, to me, I'm like, how many 20-year-old financial planners are out there?
Right.
Not very many.
Yeah.
And it's tough. Like, it's hard, you know, at first and things like that. But as you get things rolling, I feel like it kind of all starts clicking.
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
yeah, no, that's kind of where we're at now. And finance, I think, I don't think, I know for sure it's going to be my career.
Yeah.
Just because once you get in too deep, it's like, well, can I pull out?
It's just it's exciting because it's like never ending.
Yeah.
There's so much you can do
like,
in the finance field that it'll never get boring, honestly.
Yeah. And there's
like you don't just sit and do nothing and you know.
There's always new products coming
cool.
out. There's always new, you know, some sort of things going on in the world that people are worried about. Like financial planners will never go away. I don't think that'll be ever something that can be taken over by AI. Just because if I'm going to trust someone with my money, I like to have a connection with that person.
Yeah. I think a lot of people will think like, oh, the government's using this AI to, you know, make me spend more time.
Oh, this AI is actually telling me to give my money to the government.
Put it all in the 401k. Let it ride.
Let it ride. Put it all in this stock. Let it ride. And all of a sudden, rugs getting pulled.
Rug pull.
Rug pull.
And the AI is like, no longer can be found. You're like, what?
Did you see that the Argentinian president, I think is who it was, got charged with fraud for doing a rug pull?
I think you were telling me on that last podcast.
That was Chile, though. That was Chile that did it as a country.
Oh, sounds about right. With
he was like involved in some. Yeah, you lived there for 2 years.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, you love
they're
that.
Cool people.
Good experience down there.
Yeah, great experience.
Yeah. Little do you know, Nate's actually Chilean.
Yeah, I'm the one that started the rug pull. I was like, all right, guys, this is what we're gonna do.
This is how we're gonna get rich quick.
This is the plan.
We might get charged, but like, we'll deal with that when we get.
I was a Chilean citizen. I got my.
Oh, really? You got your citizenship there?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You still have it?
Yeah, it's expired. I didn't renew it, but
you have to renew your citizenship.
Yeah, in Chile, I don't really know what citizenship I must have gotten, but it must have been like a temporary one or something like that. I don't know what it was, but I didn't renew it. So,
si, senor.
Si.
Nate's got good Spanish out here.
Si.
I've heard him talking Spanish. I'm like, whoa.
It's only fun when
flowing.
It's only fun when you're in a different country, because I've run into this where people will struggle to speak English.
Yeah.
You know it's their second language, and they're having a hard time with it.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because they're trying to speak a new language, and it's hard, and you want to make them feel like they're actually like doing a good job. So when you hop into their language, like, hey, just speak Spanish to me. Like, obviously your English isn't very good. You know, it's like, it just totally depletes them.
Demoralizes.
Oh, just terrible. Because I remember doing that in like, when I was in Chile, first starting out, I couldn't speak Spanish. People would try to speak to me in English, and I was like, there's no shot your English is as good as my Spanish.
It's gonna, especially in like a Latino country.
Yeah.
Because they don't really learn English. It's not like a requirement to learn English.
Yeah. So like Addie will always say like, well, why don't you speak Spanish in public more? I was like, I kind of want them just like to have their shot to like speak English. If they like really don't know what to say and they start speaking Spanish, then obviously I'll speak Spanish too. Yeah. Because they actually do need help, but they're trying. Like, so I don't use it unless I'm
such a good person.
I don't use it unless I'm in a different country. If I'm in Mexico or if I'm in Chile or a different place, then I'll use it. But
popping off with the Spanish.
Oh, it's so fun.
Did we pop off in the Spanish in Mexico?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Talking to all the cab drivers. Like, it was so fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
You're a talkative guy.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I bet you love that. I bet you were like, I'm back in the
Addie
field.
Addie didn't even believe that I could speak Spanish until we got to Mexico. And then I was like,
I remember one time she was like, well, I don't think Nate like speaks it really good.
She's like, I don't think he actually does. But
like, she's like, I think he's like forgotten it. And I was like, I mean, I've forgotten Swedish. Like, no, he's good in Spanish.
It was so funny. And then we got to Mexico and she was like, wait, you like actually speak Spanish? I'm like, yeah.
Like, girl, I've been telling you.
I was telling you.
I've been telling you for the last
2
year that we've been
years
dating.
I was running Spanish every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old days.
Yeah.
But anyways, I mean, last thing, what's one thing going into the work field?
Before you hop into this, can we just go real quick? I hope it's still here.
Nope, it's gone.
Do you want to tell people the quote that you put in the note? And just no explanation was put towards this quote. You just put it out there like I was supposed to know exactly what you were talking about. Say the quote for us.
Okay.
Go ahead. No explanation needed. Just
no, let me explain.
No,
why.
you didn't give me no explanation. I read it off there and I was like, what are you talking about?
All right. The quote was, if you're a fire, be a fire. If you're a storm, be a storm. Right?
Nope.
No, that's not what it was?
Nope. You have to go back.
I don't know if it's still there.
Go on your previous.
No, wait, I know exactly where it is.
It says there it is. Okay, let's hear it. Go for it.
Okay, I was pretty much close. It says, if you're a storm or a fire, be a storm or a fire.
If you're a storm or a fire,
let me
be
explain.
a storm
Let me
or
explain.
a fire.
So throughout the week, like if there's something that like I'm like, oh, like this would be fun to talk about or this would be cool to talk about, I'll just throw it in a note. Okay, and I always abbreviate it. Like I make it really, really short because I'm like, okay, I'll know what this means. Maybe no one else in the whole world will know, but like I'll know. And like something that I'd seen was this guy on social media, and he was just talking about like being you to be you. Like don't, and then he used the analogy. He was like, but that like is not really what he used.
Ahead.
But he used the analogy of like if you're a fire, and he was like kind of like joking, but also being dead serious. He's like, if you're a fire and you're meant to burn stuff, go burn stuff. Like stop doing this whole like like whatever, right? So I was like, oh, like that would be good to talk about if we wanted to. So I'd thrown it in the ideas, though. And
like I don't
it
remember
makes
the
sense.
last time a fire wanted to be a storm. I think it's just a fire. I don't know if it had any intentions to be that.
I don't know
storm.
about you, but I ask the fires when I walk past and I say, hey,
I know you want to be a storm.
are you
Keep it together.
are you sure you want to be a fire?
I don't think you want to be a fire. Let me put you out real quick.
But anyways, okay. Last question.
Okay.
Just kind of in line with like business and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What do you think is one thing that you wish you would have known earlier? Or like that you could say to your younger self? As far as working career goes.
As far as working career goes.
Yeah.
Well, obviously I spent 2 years, which I don't regret because I was happy with like figuring it out.
Yeah.
Because it's always nice to have reassurance on that. And I have associates in biology that at some point I'll probably end up using it. Using at some point. I don't know.
No, you won't.
I probably will. I'll do some like medical sales and like it'll probably come over.
And associates in biology.
Associates in biology.
Hey, go ahead and tell me like, you know, what's the outer layer of a cell called?
We don't need to talk about this right now. What I would say though to my younger self, dude, honestly, at the very beginning, like when I would think of that question, I always thought back to basketball.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, if I would have just, worked on my handles earlier in life, then I would have been so good. Like, if I would have just started like shooting the ball earlier, I would have been so good, blah, 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 whatever. I think that's the same concept with business and stuff like that. Like if I got out there instead of just coasting for, I didn't necessarily coast, but I was just going to school and I was like a basketball trainer or whatever.
Yeah.
I think if I got out there and like really tried to go start a business, make some money, do something like that, I think I'd been more well off now in that aspect because I'd have more capital. Fair. Like when Addie and I got married, hardly had, I spent a lot towards the ring and stuff like that. Hardly had any money to our name. Now we're both back up a lot because we save a lot and it's great. But like starting out, if I would have had big background of sales or whatever, then it would be a lot easier because I'd have more capital to start businesses and stuff like that. So I'd say just starting earlier, just getting after it earlier. Don't be scared.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Love it.
Go for it. Your turn.
Something that I think I would probably talk to my younger self about is maybe just like kind of like similar to you is like get started as soon as you can. Cause I think I've always had this like idea that like, oh yeah, like I want to be rich when I'm older. Mm-hmm. Like I'm gonna be rich. Like, and like I've always thought about that. And I've always thought about like, and so I've almost, been dove in too deep into that aspect of like, it'll happen. Yeah. And like you get lazy because you're not creating it. Right.
Yeah.
Like rather than like life is happening to you, not for you kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where life should be happening for you, not to you. Does that make sense? So I think like something with that I always think about is like, I would love to have kind of like how you said, started younger, but also just like not done the basic old, all right, well now I'm out of high school, like got to go to college. Like not done the basic old route. Would have more dove into like figuring out what I wanted to do long term. Cause I knew I wanted to be a doctor, but I always had these thoughts of like, yeah, like that'll be great. But like, man, I won't really be a full-fledged doctor till I'm 30.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Maybe older, right? Yeah. Like, and I'm like, oh. Like that was always what has made me hesitate. Was that not anything else? Was just the aspect of like, this is like 15 years of a lot of work, which is great. Like put the work in because it comes out very rewarding on the other side.
Right.
But does it actually come out rewarding is kind of like where I battled myself in the head.
Right.
So I would say just start looking into careers. Like college is great, but college is great if you know what you're doing it for.
Sure.
Hot take, I think don't go to college if you don't know what you're doing it for. Why would you go?
I mean, you can find it along the way, but I think if you're set on an art degree or something like that, and you go through all 4 years or whatever, and you get your art degree, you're about in the same spot as when you started. Like, I don't think a whole lot of people are
GED.
Unless you're like an art teacher, but if you're just out like selling art, personally, you can sell art without having an art degree. I don't know. Maybe that's a hot take.
College is great if it's done with intention.
I don't know.
Like, don't get me wrong. If my intention was to go to college because I want to experience the social aspect and I want to make friends, cool. Like, that's your intention.
You did it.
All right, go.
Might be an expensive route to do that.
Yeah. I mean, depending if you go to a cheap college.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like if I didn't, like right now, I dropped out of college. I think I might go back at some point, but I also don't know because what I'm doing right now for my career, I would just go back to school to keep doing.
Also have time.
Yeah. And so, like, I also kind of sit there and I'm like, if I had only like a semester, a year left, sure, I'd go do it. But I probably have like 2, could be even 3 years left because I'd switch my major. So I'd have to do extra classes.
Yeah.
So I think, like, that's why I haven't gone back is because why would I go back if I don't know exactly what I want to do, dude?
True.
So, anyways, that's my hot take about it is that I think college is great if you're doing it with intention.
Sure. I agree. 100%.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, that was a little bit all over the place. It wasn't really what we planned to talk about at all. But like,
it tends to happen that way, to be honest.
It does happen that way often. And it's more fun.
It is more fun.
I think it was. But yeah, no, if you guys got any embarrassing stories of when you were a kid that you did with a girl,
let us know.
Or a guy that you liked, yeah, comment it.
We'll put it on
Email it to us. We'll put it on the podcast because I want to read it, low-key. We'll put you on blast and talk about how much of an idiot. Anyways, guys, got to do the outro song at all times because Nate will be sad if it's not done.
It's facts. I was listening to it by myself before this, and it was great.
But anyways, guys, it was great being on here.
Yes,
Look out next week. Keep looking at the socials, find the pages, look at the reels, interact. But anyways, guys, we'll see you next time.
Yes, sir. Do that.